Greetings, peace be with you. So in this video, I want to address a question which I got from someone who was going through the monk mode challenge, and he posted in our private group saying that, I'm putting in so much effort, I'm putting in so much hard work into a certain area of my life, but I'm still not getting the result. What should I do over here? And this is something that I can totally relate to as well, because these thoughts come into my mind from time to time when I am thinking that I'm working very, very hard. I'm uploading the videos every single day. I'm doing the work every single day, but the result is not meeting up with my expectations. So what can we do about this? How can we manage and deal with this most effectively, right? Now, it really comes down to two things, and it comes down to having an awareness of these two things so that we can deal with them, so that we can overcome them, so that we can stop fooling ourselves, thinking that, I did everything that I can and it's outside of my control, and I guess it's just beyond me to build a body that I want, or build a business that I want, or have a relationship that I want. I put in the effort, it's done, I didn't get the result, F it, right? Now, that is emotional, that is based on no, it's not based on rationality, because if one person can do it, you can do it, right? It just comes down to having an awareness of where that lag is. So first, it comes down to, are you working hard enough for long enough? Okay, because it's something I look back at it myself. It was like, I made videos. Like, I remember when I first got started on YouTube, I was like, I made videos every single day for a month and didn't get any traction at all. And I was like, there's no point. YouTube doesn't work. It's too late. I can't build a channel. Like, no one cares. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to stop. And I did stop for a while until I got back at it again, because I just couldn't help myself, right? And that is an example of being attached to the outcome as well, right? Having an awareness of that, like, what I am doing right now, why am I doing it, right? There is a universal principle of detachment, because the more attached we are to the outcome, the more attached we are to the fruit of our labor, the more anxiety that we experience while in that labor. And as a result of that, when we don't get the result, then we just end up lower off than we started than before as well. Okay, so that's just a side note over there. That's a tangent. But understanding, did I work hard enough for long enough? Okay, let's say you put in 30 days into going to the gym every single day, you didn't get the result. Is that a conclusion that going to the gym doesn't work, or is that a conclusion that I didn't work hard long enough? Okay, that's the first thing, because I think any specific goal or outcome that we intend to achieve in our lives, we have to show up for that consistently over the long term, right? And the long term could be 60 days, it could be 90 days, but we have to measure our progress on the path towards that goal. Because if we measure our progress once we think we should have gone to the goal, then we look back and we're like, I don't even know, I didn't reach the goal, but we didn't assess the progress. If we are making progress, right, incremental progress, even though we might not reach our certain goal or expectation that we had, we can at least still look back at the progress and say, at least I'm progressing, I'm going to keep moving forward. If we don't keep track of the progress, then it's either I hit the goal or I didn't. And if you didn't hit the goal, you just identify it and classify it as a failure, and then you give up anyway, rather than knowing, I could have been 3 feet from goal over here. Okay, so that's the first point. If you are working hard and not seeing the result, ask yourself whether you have given yourself enough time to show up consistently, right? A lot of guys are like, I did no fab for like 1 day, or not 1 day, like I did it for 1 month, I didn't see the results. Like, it doesn't work, right? But it's not about that. It's about how we can show up for this consistently over the long term, and then we reflect back on it. Now, let's say the second scenario is that you have been working hard, you've been going at it, you've been making videos every single day for a year, you've been consistent with the gym for a year, you have been going at it, you have been doing the work for like a year, let's say, and you still did not see the result. That is the point where we have to reflect, okay? Because it's important, so important that you get across this point. If there's one thing you take away from this video, it's this, okay? Direction is more important than speed, okay? Direction is more important than intensity, okay? The intensity of hard work that you put into something is less important than what you are putting that hard work into, Okay, I've shared this analogy on the channel before as well, but it's like you're working hard at climbing the ladder. You finally get to the top of the ladder and you realize it was leaned against the wrong wall. On the flip side, you could go slowly but surely up the ladder and you make sure that it is leaned against the right wall because you had the vision beforehand in terms of what is the right thing for you to do. Okay. In other words, if you are working hard and you have been working hard over the long period and you still aren't getting results, that is the point to reflect on whether you were working hard at the right thing. Okay. Because it's very easy to be busy being busy, working hard at the things that aren't working, right? You're working hard at the things that aren't actually going to get you the result. And that is why, in my experience, it's so important to work with someone who can offer that perspective, that insight. It's hard to see the picture when you are in the frame. And that is why I constantly engage and invest in my own coaching and development and personal growth. That is why all the high performers, whether it's Tiger Woods or LeBron James or Roger Federer or Cristiano Ronaldo, the highest of high performers, whether we're talking about Jeff Bezos or any other high performer in business, they invest in their personal growth through getting that coaching. It's like, oh, I'm the number one in the world. Why would someone need advice? But even if the world's number one people, like the best in their field, in the whole world, 7 billion people, the richest man in the world is getting coaching, then who are you to say that you do not need it, right? So that is where the second point comes in, that if we are working hard, we are possibly not working hard at the thing that is actually going to get us the result. And the only way to be sure about that is to get perspective, right? That it gives us that, outside look that tells us, okay, yeah, this is where you're doing wrong. This is where you're going right. This is what you can do more of. This is what you can do less of, right? You can get that perspective from yourself as well. But in my experience, it's just very helpful to get that perspective from someone who has already been there and done that, and therefore can offer that specialized knowledge to us. Okay. So those are the 2 points. Those are the 2 things to consider. Like, if you say that you are working hard and you aren't getting this result, have you been working hard for long enough? And if you have, maybe you are not working hard at the right thing. Okay, so important to make sure the ladder is leaned against the right wall. Otherwise, you might just get to the top and realize that this is not where you wanted to be in the first place. Okay, so I hope that was helpful for you. Leave a comment below letting me know your number one takeaway. Subscribe if you have not already. Click the like button if you like it. It really helps the channel grow. But with all that being said, this has been Mo, and I will leave you in the peace and power of the one infinite creator. Much love to you. Take care.